When the world feels too fast, too frantic and new, you need a perspective that's honest and true. We got Polly and Victoria sitting in view, ready to share what the wise elders do.
Welcome back to A Senior's Point of View. I'm Polly, and this is my relentlessly focused friend, Victoria Worthington. Today, we're talking about a universal habit that quietly steals our joy and our potential: procrastination. Many people believe procrastination is simply being lazy, but I believe it is something much deeper. It is the fear of failure masquerading as lethargy. It is the spiritual misalignment that causes us to delay the very tasks that would move us toward our purpose. When we procrastinate, we are telling ourselves a lie, that we will feel more motivated tomorrow. But motivation is not a feeling that arrives. It is a muscle you choose to flex right now. Victoria, as someone who manages massive long-term projects with global deadlines, how do you manage the psychological pull of delaying the difficult work?
Darlings, the lie of procrastination is exactly right. It is not laziness. It is a pathetic form of self-sabotage. And as a humanitarian, I find it deeply irritating. You know what you call a procrastinator? A commitment breaker. You are breaking a commitment to your own potential, to your own dreams, and often to the people who are depending on you. You're trading 10 minutes of ease now for 10 hours of panic later, and I simply don't have time for bad math. My biggest secret, darlings, is that I don't wait for motivation. I treat my schedule like a non-negotiable legal contract. When you have billions of dollars and thousands of lives hanging on a deadline, you don't dither. You do the work. Stop confusing perfectionism with procrastination. Many people delay because they're terrified it won't be perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You have to produce the messy, imperfect first draft, because that ugly first step is the only thing that unlocks the beautiful final result. If I waited for the perfect time to launch a new relief effort, the hungry would starve while I was polishing the press release. Just start.
Victoria speaks to the truth of action. Let's look at the emotional cost. Procrastination is a form of self-abandonment. You are actively choosing to live under a cloud of anxiety, the anxiety of the unfinished task. That small daily stress is an anchor that weighs down your spirit. I want you to think of that delayed task as a conversation you need to have with your future self. When you finish it now, you are sending your future self a gift, the gift of peace. When you delay it, you are burdening your future self with stress and guilt. So the spiritual practice here is to choose self-kindness over temporary comfort. When you feel the urge to delay, stop, take a deep breath, and ask your inner self, what is the one tiny step I can take right now to honor my future self? Just one step breaks the paralysis.
One tiny step, darlings, then another, then another. It is that simple. And here is the humanitarian angle. Your unique talents are a resource the world needs. When you procrastinate on using your intellect, your energy, or your creativity, you are hoarding that resource. You are acting selfishly by withholding your gifts. Stop thinking of your task as my boring chore. Think of it as the necessary step before I can create value. That email you have to write, it's the key to the next partnership. That bill you have to file, it's the maintenance that allows you to fund your dreams. The person who succeeds is the person who treats every small task as an essential part of the larger, meaningful mission. Get up, get dressed, and get on with it.
Send your future self the gift of peace today.
And remember, the world doesn't pay for excuses. It pays for results.
Thank you for joining us on A Senior's Point of View. We'll see you later. Remember, you are loved, you are whole, you are alive.
We'll see you later, darlings. Go make someone smile.